everyone. We are the MCs. My name is Jeanette Pirigno and I am Edith Fidelizo. So we are your MCs today. Thank you everyone for coming and all the organizations. So we'll start with the national anthems led by the Panday Tinig Choral Ensemble and Edith and the piano.
Alam ng puso, sa dilim mo'y buhay. Luwang hinirang, ngunit ka ng magiging. Sa manlulupi, di ka pasisiin. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bukaw. Mahilag ang tula at angin sa paglayang minamahal. Ang isang ng watang at mo'y tagumpay na nagniingnig. Ang ituloy at araw niya kailan pa may nagdidilig. Lupa ng araw ng walang ipagsinta. Buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang ligaya na may mga api, ang mga tainang dahil sa'yo. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, to pray to God in all thy sense of man. We know hearts we see the light that will go strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our lands glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, better than you say you. Don't protestar, de flores glorieux, car ton grâce porte de paix, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est son épopée, des plus brillants exploits. Et ta valeur de votre frère protégera nos foyers et nos droits. Protégera nos foyers et nos
Before we begin the program, we would like to acknowledge the presence of our very important guests. Among them are our dignitaries, whom Jeanette will now. Thank you very much for the presence of everyone, especially the dignitaries. Mayor Katahwa, Gracia Katahwa, of the Borough of Cote-des-Neiges, Notre Dame, Samir Zuberi, the MP of Pierrefonds, Magda Popeanu, a Councillor of the Borough of Cote-des-Neiges, and now the members of the community, the leaders, Knights of Rizal, James de la Paz, Dario Boco, Jerry Dancel, yeah, and then the Dollar Pierrefonds group, well, the Filipino Nurses Association of Montreal, and of course the Filipino and the Swiss seniors of West Island and seniors of West Island, and the Filipino Heritage Society of Montreal team. Now, we are pleased to call on our Vice Chairman, Brith Abiera, Tata Bert. We lovingly call him endearment, Tata Bert. What is it? Oh, Tata is a term for respect.
Okay, good morning. It is a great pleasure for the Filipino heritage with your presence make us more alive than ever, because 3 days ago it was a gloomy because of the weather, but as I said, we will ask God, and anything we ask we receive. That's the blessings for us today. I would say welcome everybody, witness our shortcomings, and whatever we have, that's all we give to you. So, more of these activities will be coming for the whole month. So remember, every whole month of June, it is a Filipino heritage throughout Canada. A gift from the Parliament, subsidized by also and supported by our city councillors and everybody. With your presence, we will be having more of this. Thank you for coming. That's all I can say. And we'll be receiving more of this. Thank you.
Thank you, Tata Bert. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are so proud and we are so grateful that in our midst is our dear beloved Marvin Rotrand. For starters, we'll have to call our beloved mayor of the Borough of Cote-des-Neiges, Notre-Dame-de-Grâce, Mayor Katahwa, who's gonna say a few words.
So hi everyone, I am really, really happy and glad to be with you today this morning. Yeah. So just before we start, I just want to acknowledge the presence of my colleagues. So I'm going to start by Mr. Samir Zuberi, the MP of Dollar Pierrefonds. My colleague Magda Popeanu, the City Councillor of the Cote-des-Neiges district. We have also Mr. Marvin Rotrand, the National Director of Brith, Canada. And Mr. Frank Baylis, the former MP of Dollar Pierrefonds. And of course, all the leaders of the Filipino community, I really want to thank you again for organizing this event and many other events that we're going to be attending this month. En tant que mairesse de l'arrondissement de Cote-des-Neiges Notre-Dame-de-Grâce, c'est un privilège pour moi et ma collègue Magda Popeanu d'être avec vous pour la 5e édition du mois du patrimoine philippin. Je vous transmets également les chaleureuses salutations de la mairesse de Montréal, Valérie Plante. So the borough and the city of Montreal are very proud to launch once again the Filipino Heritage Month with the Filipino Heritage Society of Montreal. It's an event we look forward to every year. Throughout the month of June, we will celebrate Filipino culture and history in Montreal and across Canada. I am so pleased that the celebration will take place this year in a certain return to normality after a challenging pandemic. This year's theme, Happy Feast, refers to the happiness of gathering. I invite all Montrealers to take part in large numbers in the festivities. I know I will be present. Donc j'invite toute la population montréalaise à découvrir la richesse de la culture et des traditions de la communauté philippine. The Filipino community is well rooted here in our borough. It shares core values of the city of Montreal, such as respect for diversity, respect for the elderly, solidarity, and inclusion. Thank you all for enriching the Montreal's culture. In closing, I would like to thank the organizing committee and the volunteers. I met earlier this week with some of you. I hope I'm going to be able to meet with many other leaders of the Filipino community, and I want to meet all of you, hopefully, before the end of my first year of mandate, for me to understand what is your need, how do you see our borough, and what I could do as a mayor to contribute to push forward the prosperity of the Filipino community here in Cote-des-Neiges and DG. So, I wish you happy celebration, bonne célébration à tous, et j'invite encore une fois, I invite all Montrealers to participate in huge numbers to all the festivities for this month. So thank you very much, and have a nice morning. Thank you. Thanks.
Very good, thank you.
Now we invite our dear friend Marvin.
Bonjour tout le monde. Good day, everybody. Mabuhay.
Mabuhay!
Now, this is a special day. First of all, June 1st launched Philippine Heritage Month in Canada. It's the 4th Filipino Heritage Month in Canada. It's the 5th Heritage Month in this borough of Cote-des-Neiges, Notre-Dame-de-Grâce. And that's due to all of you. First of all, I want to say hello and recognize President Samir Zuberi, Member of Parliament, my good friend Frank Bayless, ex-member of Parliament, and who knows what the future will bring. Mayor Gracia, Kasoki Katahwa, the Mayor of Cote-des-Neiges, Notre-Dame-de-Grâce, Magda Popeanu, longtime City Councillor for Cote-des-Neiges, former colleague of mine, but I'd be remiss if I didn't recognize Dario Bocco, the Regional Commander of the Knights of Rizal Eastern Region, James de la Paz, Jerry Danzel, my good friend Bert Abiera. For those of you who don't know, you should know, and I haven't begun my speech yet, this is the introduction to my speech. I knock on a door in 1982, maybe the 4th door in my first election. Who answers it? This guy. And invites me in and gives me a lecture on the Filipino community in Canada. Introduced me to a new reality and gave me a bottle of beer. That launched my political career. But I wanted to say thank you to the Philippine Heritage Society of Montreal. What you do is important. I want to note that Chairman Al Abdon had surgery the other day, and that's why he is not here. And I thank Jeanette Perignon for stepping into the breach. Nowhere is it better to do this event than right here. Why right here? It's Place Dr. Jose Rizal. You see that plaque? You see that monument? The monument was placed here on June 19th, 1998. That's 24 years ago. And next year, let's do something big at this monument to celebrate 25 years. I remember being here with the officers of the Philippine Embassy when we inaugurated this monument. This monument meant a lot to Filipino Canadians. And it epitomized their patriotism, their sense of pride in being Filipinos and to their country of origin, the Philippines, while at the same time it spoke to their Canadian dimension. Most of you know me as a former city councillor. I retired in November of 2021, and I began a new sort of road in life. My retirement lasted exactly 20 minutes. I did my retirement in front of this monument on television. And I got a call from B'nai Brith, Canada, a human rights organization, a Jewish advocacy organization, and they hired me to do much the same of what I've done in City Hall. Over the course of the past months, I've promoted something called United Against Hate, a pan-Canadian effort to bring together communities for dialogue, to build tolerance and to build understanding, and to work together against hatred and racism, whether it's anti-Asian, anti-Black, against sexual minorities, against Muslims, or against Jews. And we've succeeded in building awareness in Parliament that more needs to be done to beef up Canada's laws. I want to thank all of you for being here today. I recognize many of you. For the younger people, you may not know this. the largest audience ever at a Borough Council meeting of the Borough of Cote-des-Neiges, Notre-Dame-de-Grâce, was in February 2018. Was seconded by my colleague Lionel Perez, who was Councillor for Darlington at the time. We moved a motion that the Borough of Cote-des-Neiges, Notre-Dame-de-Grâce, recognize every June as Filipino Heritage Month. And we did that for a number of reasons. This is the epicenter of the Filipino community in Montreal and in Quebec. Half the Filipinos in Quebec live in this borough. That is 17,000, 18,000 people. Filipino businesses and institutions are located here. FAMAS has been a fixture on Van Horn for very many, many years. It serves the community, and now we can see in this area many Filipino businesses that still bring in people from the West Island and the South Shore. This is the neighborhood. We also noted that June is the month of independence. June 12th this year will be the 124th day of Filipino independence. And it is also the birth anniversary of Dr. Rizal, whose work, whose efforts to promote brotherhoods and equality, whose vision that colonialism was wrong, that everyone is equal and people need to support each other, became the bedrock of the Republic of the Philippines. The motion passed, and it's been supported ever since by the local community. It was supported with such vigor that Filipinos elsewhere began to lobby their elected officials to do the same thing. And eventually, it became a motion in Parliament in October 2018, in which our local MP, Anthony Housefather, was one of the seconders. That launched Filipino Heritage Month in Canada. It shows your pride, it shows your joy and your origins, but it also tells the general public that you're Canadians at the same time. Ladies and gentlemen, there are 1 million Filipinos now in Canada. There are a lot more in places like Manitoba, Alberta, and British Columbia, and Ontario than there are in Quebec. But nowhere in this country is Filipino Heritage Month celebrated more with passion and vigor than it is here. With my colleagues, my ex-colleagues, sorry, I still think of myself as a city councillor, with the elected officials and others, I look forward to making this month special for you. May 31st, June 1st, at the stroke of midnight, we went from Jewish Heritage Month to Filipino Heritage Month. I want to thank the Filipino community for having taken part in our efforts to promote Jewish heritage. I have to say we don't do it as well as you did. This is the first year that B'nai Brith promoted it. It was the 5th Jewish Heritage Month in Canada, and we convinced 43 municipalities to adopt motions or proclamations recognizing Jewish Heritage Month. We hope to follow your lead and celebrate more publicly next year so people can know more about the Jewish contribution to Canada's well-being and success, as well as our culture, our cuisine, and our adhesion to our Jewish identity while we are proud Canadians. Mesdames et messieurs, tout le monde, je vous souhaite le meilleur mois de patrimoine que dans le passé. Je suis convaincu que cette année, après le COVID, qu'on va rassembler en personne, va être un mois de joie et réussite. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you again on behalf of B'nai Brith for supporting us. You can have our guarantee we will continue to support you. Mabuhay!
Mabuhay! Now, I'm pleased to call on the MP of Pierrefonds, Mr. Samir Zuberi. Let's give him a big applause.
Thank you, Edith and Janet, for this beautiful event, organizing this wonderful événement. Merci tout le monde d'être ici dans cette très beau journée, cette dimanche. This is a beautiful gathering. Can everybody hear the voices coming through? Kind of, not really? The mic is not working, right? I'll just project my voice a bit more and walk maybe in the middle. It's great to see everybody here. I love your dress. It's beautiful. share this culture with all of us who haven't seen it before. Shout out to the West Islanders.
West Islanders.
Marvin, you always educate us with so much knowledge, especially on this Heritage Month, Filipino Heritage Month. Thank one of my favorites. Shout out to Frank, who my predecessor. Many of you know Frank, are close friends with him. It's a strength that he's here with us in this gathering. Mayor Katahwa, my apologies, I will get that right. Thank you for being here. This is your area. This is your space. And Magda, serving residents all over Montreal. Thank you for what you do. I'm here today with my director who's taking photos right now. I just want to point her out, Anahita Baladi. She supports me in everything I do in this moment and in our office. Our office is here to serve everybody in the riding, including Filipinos within Pierrefonds, and also to serve your concerns, both here in this riding, or here in Montreal, I should say, but also in the House of Commons. And I would say that there are many things that our government has done this year, in this budget, that benefit the Filipino community directly. The Filipino community, as Marvin said, is 1 million strong across Canada. It's also a newly landed community, a community that is still finding its footing, as other communities are, and a community that has a huge amount of promise, and that promise will be fulfilled and realized in the decades and years to come. Right now, though, we recognize that newly landed communities need supports. For example, the concept of diversity and inclusion, that everybody in our society should be respected. The contributions of each and every person, whether or not they were born here or have come here 5 or 10 years ago, should be respected. We also recognize that we need sometimes social programs to ensure that everybody has a high standard of living. So we are addressing, for example, the housing crisis concretely, addressing the housing crisis, which is a real issue, not only here in Canada, but in other parts of the developed world. It's a major issue, and we are tackling it head on. In the next 10 years, we will double the number of new constructions. The new constructions for houses, which will allow newly landed communities to also become homeowners. Another key social program which we introduced this year is around dental care. How many seniors do we know say that they want to get dental treatment, including my parents? Sometimes a bit of a choice, right? So those 65 and above, we've created an envelope for the provinces to utilize to ensure that seniors 65 and above and young people 18 and below get dental care. So those are some programs that benefit all Canadians, but benefit Filipino Canadians specifically, because of the way in which our society is built, and the way in which newly landed communities sometimes need to enter and check in fully. So I won't take up more of your time. It's beautiful seeing everybody here today. Again, shout out to the West Island. I'll take after Marvin and do the fist pump. Mabuhay.
Thank you. Samir. First of all, he's the former? Yes, MP for Pierrefonds. But he did not join the elections 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Yes, but he has remained the president or CEO, whatever you call it, of the Baylis Medical. Right? Yes. And more importantly, for the Filipino community, he's been a staunch supporter of the Filipino heritage and the community.
Mabuhay! The best,
friend.
a good friend.
Good friend.
Look at these beautiful ladies here, and these. Okay, so I will be very quick because these dancers look amazing. But the thing to look at, bienvenue, welcome, mabuhay. This is the beautiful thing about the Filipino culture. This is why it's so critical that not only do we celebrate it, but you make sure your kids learn it. Your kids keep it going, because it's woven into the fabric of what we are. I want to say thank you to this wonderful new mayor, Gracia. What a wonderful thing to see our diversity here. Look at marvelous Marvin Rotrand. MMA, MMR, Marvelous Marvin Rotrand. And then the best present member of parliament for Pierrefonds dollars, Samir Zuberi. Look at the friendships that you create everywhere when you get with Filipinos together. The welcoming, the beautiful costumes, the dancing, the singing. I can't think of anything that makes me happier to see as a Canadian. So I want to say thank you to Jeanette. I want to say first of all thank you to Al, who couldn't be here because he's the driving force. I want to recognize Jeanette. I want to recognize all the administrators. Feli, I know Feli. I don't see my other Feli, who is my dad's girlfriend. Where's my dad's girlfriend? Feli?
Yeah, sitting down.
I remember, you remember, right? But I want to thank you all for being here and putting on this wonderful thing. And as Marvin says, it's amazing to celebrate. So thank you so much. I give you another hug.
Thank you.
And I say, mabuhay to everybody. Mabuhay.
Councillor Magda Popeanu.
Thank you very much. I thank you very much. So, je veux saluer tous les membres de la communauté, les dignitaires, les élus, et spécialement Monsieur Marvin Rotrand. Particularly Marvin. Marvin, thank you very much for what you did, not only for the Filipino community, but for the all communities in Montreal. I know we was in different party, but we worked very well together because we have the same goal, living very well together. And actually, Marvin, you know, when you knocked the first time to the door in 1992 and you took a beer and you ran for the first time, I just arrived in Canada. So I built my life here and I want to thank you. We built it together. And for me, it's very important to celebrate the 4th and the 5th, actually, Montreal Filipino Heritage Month. It's important for you. I have a lot of fun in your community every time you make parties, and it's a wonderful community which contributes a lot to develop Montreal, what we are together. Thank you very much, and mabua!
It won't be long, but we'll have a short speech from the group of Knights of Rizal, and I invite James Dario Boko, who is the regional director, regional commander of Knights of Rizal.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. As they mentioned that our provincial, our federal governments and provincial as well as the municipal governments are present today. I acknowledge them all to be in our first or opening of the Filipino Heritage Month. This Heritage Month falls on June. For me, this is the perfect month for the Filipinos. I have said this because this day is about Filipinos or gathering Filipinos from all over the country to celebrate what constitutes a crucial part of our history and culture. And I am proud to say that the Filipino community is a major pillar in Canadian society, which strongly and consistently promote cultural and values. This occasion is also manifest our common love for values and freedom and equality on which we build an inclusive world. I think that the Knights of Rizal has also an important role in this occasion. We work for brotherhood, racial equality, harmony, and friendship between peoples of different national origins. And one of our purpose of our organization is to develop a perfect union among Filipinos and other citizens in the world, and to inculcate and propagate the teachings of Dr. Jose Rizal by words and by deeds. And as I said, this is the only opening of our celebrations. And next week we have a bigger crowd, or we are celebrating the 124th Philippine Independence Day. And this is also falls in the month of June. So I invite all of you to come and join with us in this big celebration. And thank you very much for having you all here. Marami pong salamat. Mabuhay po tayong lahat.
Mabuhay, Secretary! Eastern Canada Region!
Mr. James de la Paz, the Chancellor for Eastern Canada Region of the Knights of Rizal. Keep it! Yay! Sir.
Good morning, everyone. I guess everything has been said already, so it's hard to say anything anymore. What I can say right now is let's have a good time, enjoy the camaraderie, enjoy the friendship, and make sure that I'm also extending, like what my commander said, I'm extending our heartfelt invitation on June 12th. The same part is over there. Okay, it's going to be a big celebration. We're going to have a big parade in the morning here. And we hope to see you there. It's going to be starting from the festivity actually starts at 1 o'clock until 8 o'clock in the evening. So we hope to see you there and enjoy the Filipino food at the same time.
Yay!
And mabuhay.
James, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. Last but not the least, that's Commander Jerry Dansil. He's the commander of the Eastern Area 1 of Eastern Canada. Jerry Dansil.
Good morning, everyone. Our beloved officials from federal, municipal, and to all of you directors of this heritage organization. I would like to say thank you for having me this morning. It's an honor to be part of this heritage event for this month, because as a part, an officer of the Knight of Rizal, I am really proud of it, because of this organization that we belong internationally, not only in Canada, but all over the world. We are part of the Knight of Rizal. As we have heard from our Eastern Canada Regional Commander, we have all the same aim to inculcate and educate everyone to be a part of our movement, to introduce more of the teaching of Dr. Rizal to each and everyone, not only Filipinos, but all kinds of origin, to join with us, because the aim of Dr. Rizal is the number one for us to unite and serve our own country, our Canada, and to do the heritage activities in our country. So once again, I would like to say thank you, and mabuhay tayong lahat.
Mabuhay, Jerry. Mabuhay. Thank you very much. Now, the fun part is here. I'm going to introduce us the group of Aklan Association of Montreal. Aklan is a province and the middle part of the Philippines. So the group is going to dance it's called Ati-Atihan, and it's like a legend of Atis in the Philippines. Indigenous people. That's right. Let's give them a big, big hand.
Okay. Chairman.
Now we have another council. I'm calling on Stephanie Valenzuela, newly elected councillor of Darlington District, the first Filipina ever elected here in Quebec. Stephanie?
Hi, Tita. Thank you. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Magandang buwan ng pamana ng Pilipino. It is such a pride and joy for me to be here in front of you as your first newly elected Filipina councillor. It is also just a joy that, we're able to celebrate after 2 years of a pandemic all together again in person. I know that we were able to start last year a little bit seeing each other and celebrating, but we know how much the Filipinos love to celebrate with food, with our culture, with our history, and I'm so happy that we're finally able to do that now. And not only are we doing it together, magsama-sama tayo, but we're also doing it with other people, other residents here, and we're able to share our culture, our heritage, our history. And that's exactly what we're going to do this month of June, as it is Filipino Heritage Month. So maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Thank you so much for all gathering today for the start of this month as we celebrate every day of this month, our culture and our pride of being Filipino. So thank you so much. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Thank you for being here. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Now, we have a new member of the Knights of Rizal. I'm calling on Sir Ray Balanci, who was a former area commander and now the region Persuivang. Okay. Ray Balanci.
First of all, I want to acknowledge the presence of our energetic Borough Mayor here, Gracia, Kasoki, Katahwa, and also our ex-Councillor Marvin Rotrand, and who is now the National Director of NIBERT Canada, and also the councillors here, Stephanie and Sunny, and some members of the government and local officials that are present this morning. I welcome you, and you may watch how is our Filipino heritage Canadian here who are present now. So, because we have no microphone, I just want to shortcut my short speech. Welcome to everyone, and let us enjoy this simple gathering. Thank you very much, and God bless us all. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Tayo na sinta, sandali at limutin ang himutok. Ang mga matay itanaw sa mga lunti ang bundok. At sa bukid mo lang hapit ang hanging malamyos. Nasing linis ng pagsintang di bumatalo. Ang mga pinsa lalagay na kawitan. Ibig sabihin, nasarap mabuhay. Kung marami damay iwas sa yaman. Ang ginawa mo'y narito sa kabukiran. At talon-talon, indas-tindakan, tubig sa balik. Kung pinilan mo, biglas-biglas, sulat ang pag-ibig. Pag-ibig ang ibig sa pag-awit. Sa mga buong naito'y walang hapis. Kunday-kunday ang malinis sa kawayan. Sasayaw-sayaw sa nalalambing ng aming at ako'y iyos ka habang buhay. Sa gitna nitong masaganang kabukiran. Tatalon-talon di indak-indakan kung sa bayan. Nagdas-tiglas ng kanyang pag-ibig. Pag-ibig ang tibig sa paglawin. Paglawin sa mga buong na ito'y walang kapis. Kunday ang manilipis. Kawayan sasayaw naglalambing nating atihan. At ako'y inusta habang buhay. Sa gitna nitong masaganang kabukiran.
Tata Bert. Bert. Closing. For your closing remarks.
The event is just the beginning. It is not a closing, but the start of the whole month celebration. We could summarize only after June 30th. But for tonight and today, we have a marvelous event because of our dignitaries and guests. Thank you, Mayor. Marvin, you are always the life of the party. And all our dignitaries, thank you very much. And we welcome you for the next few days or for the whole month of June, because there will be lots and lots more of activities. If not as good as this, it will be much better. Thank you very much. We will see you at the next event, next weekend.
Yay! Thank you.
Sa gabing tahimik, sa gabing tahimik, lalawang uling, sa pagkakupili, sa pagkakatulong, narubhang mahimbing, buksan ang bintana, at ako'y dungawin nang mapagtanto mo ang tunay kong pagdaig, nang mapagtanto mo ang tunay kong
Hindi ko masyado kabulado.
Oras na lang.
Wala akong ano bang gusto niyong kanta? Gusto mo mong makabayan? Ang bayan.
O sige, sige. Kahit na, altuin ko lang. Bayang po. Ay, hindi.
Yung regular lang? Yeah, okay.
Ang bayan.